Good morning, everybody, and thank you for being here. Thank you, Mr. President, for your kind words. And let me tell you that I'm very happy to see you, to see this large attendance this morning here. It proves that, like me, you're interested in African markets and you realize the importance of Africa for Egypt. Let me start by thanking the bank for holding this meeting and for immediately responding to my request to hold this meeting because I was personally totally unaware of the activities of the bank in Egypt. And it's only when I met Ms. Abul Haf on my way to Nairobi that she told me about the activities of the bank, and I did not hesitate to ask her to meet the president and the managers of the bank in order to listen and to get to know about the activities of the bank in Egypt. And I thought you, the business community of Egypt, would be as ignorant as I was of the presence and the activities of the bank, and I've asked immediately to hold that meeting in order to make everybody aware of the bank, its activities, and the facilities it can provide to finance Egyptian businesses with Africa. The second reason for holding this meeting is that I personally believe that Africa holds tremendous potential for Egyptian businesses. In fact, the potential is in the trade. To give you a few figures, but as you know, Egypt is part of the COMESA, which is the free trade bloc of one of the 3 free trade blocs in East Africa, and the total trade with the COMESA countries amounts to more than $3 billion US annually, out of which Egypt exports close to 2.6, 2.7 billion US, and in this figure, industrial exports represents more than $2 billion. It is important. But what is more important is to get to know that the 3 free trade blocs of East Africa are going to merge together in the coming weeks, couple of months, in order to create a huge free trade area going from the Mediterranean Sea until the Cape, a free trade area that would represent approximately 58–59% of total Africa's GDP, a free trade area constituted of 620 million consumers. And this is a fantastic opportunity for the Egyptian economy. But it doesn't stop there. Egypt has a strong presence in West Africa. We have 2 flagships in West Africa, being a Nasr export and import company that is present in almost each and every country in West Africa. And we have obviously Arab contractors that is extremely active and successful there. And unfortunately, those flagships are totally unutilized by the Egyptian business community. And I think it can be a very, very strong basis out of which that could be exploited, that could be tapped in order to increase our activities there. So there is a tremendous potential for Egyptian business in Africa. With regards to trade, I think we, or some sectors of the Egyptian economy, have a very obvious competitive advantage. I'm thinking of the engineering sector. I'm thinking of, well, LG is here. I think it is tremendous. There are tremendous markets for production of televisions and electrical equipment in general. Tremendous markets, huge markets for household equipments, the white goods in general. Obviously, there are obvious markets for processed foods, for building materials, for chemicals and fertilizers. And as the President mentioned, there are huge markets for contracting activities. And we should look at those potentials. And this is a way to increase our business, to increase our production, and to reduce our average costs. On the import side, as again the President mentioned, I mean, it's a fantastic source of meat, of wood, of tea, of coffee, of leather, and of wet blue, which is the source of leather. I mean, if we look around, I mean, there are tremendous opportunities that should be exploited. But also African markets should be looked at as investment opportunities. And in fact, there are some success stories that should be emphasized. Egyptian entrepreneurs who invested in Sudan, in Ethiopia, in Kenya, have been extremely successful and in various sectors of the economy, including electrical equipment, like the Suwedi did, the Suwedis did in several African countries. Well, I will not mention transport, like Al-Qal'a did in Kenya and Uganda. All those are extremely successful ventures and Egyptian investments in African countries, investments we're very proud of, and we should try and pursue those activities. I don't want to be too long. I'm here just to thank the bank, to thank you all for being here, and to emphasize the importance of the African markets. I wish the contact between the Egyptian business community and Afreximbank be established in the best interest of both parties, in the interest of the Egyptian economy, but also in the interest of the economies of different African countries. We need to integrate, we must integrate. This is a prerequisite to development in our continent, in Africa. Thank you again for being here.